Hello! Hi! Welcome to the Instaronpa Podcast. My name is Gregg.
My name is Apollo.
My name is Nicky, and this week we have a very special guest. It's the first returning guest. It's Spade again.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you all. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Oh. I don't want to end up just rehashing what we did in your first episode. And by that I mean like the second episode of the podcast as a whole. But I guess as is tradition, for anybody who does not know Rompa and Friends, how about you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. So I run Rompin' Friends, which is a Disney-themed. I wouldn't exactly call it Disney Afternoon. I wouldn't exactly call it DuckTales. It's just kind of Disney. Disney-themed Rompa that formerly starred Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse as the protagonists, but has now come to an end as of March. I am currently working on the sequel, which is called the Spare Rerun, and that comes out on May 5th.
Hell yeah.
Progress on that has been going fairly well. I am currently completed. I have currently completed the prologue slides.
Oh,
wow.
Save for one animation that I have to do, but that's about halfway done. And as of right now, I am currently working on intermission stuff, which is a lot more than I thought it would be.
I admire your commitment and the ability that you have to just like go from one just straight into another and be like already done with a prologue at least. Like that's
Yeah.
I think that the mark that I can like what I can credit that to is starting very early. I began sprite work for season 2 back in July of 2020.
wow.
So really by the time Rompin' Friends season 1 ended, I only had about 6 characters to finish their sprites of out of the main cast.
Spade, you horrify me in the most respectful way. Like, I respect the hell out of you because you do things I don't think any other mortal could do.
Well, thank you, Nicky.
Of course. I guess, should we jump into questions then?
Absolutely.
All
I have
right.
answers.
Woohoo.
Well, I hope so.
I hope so too. Otherwise this would be
Otherwise it'll be a pretty dull podcast episode. I could spend some time talking about Dark Warrior Duck, but then we'd be here for another 5 hours, so.
I mean, as long as we don't end up talking about a certain fuzzy bucket again, I think we'll be fine.
Oh. Listen, I've watched Fuzz Bucket about 46 times now. I think, and that's not even an exaggeration, I stopped counting at like 36 watches.
holy shit.
It's an entertaining movie.
Oh god. Okay, let's get into questions and not spend 30 minutes
Cut that serpent off us.
Yeah. Oh. I'll take the first question just because I'm already talking. The first one is from at Vanta White or Gabe, Gino. Very cool man.
Lovely.
Yeah. He asks, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do they like Wario?
Oh, this is a bit of an inside joke between Gabe and I. Wario is one of my favorite Mario characters. I think he is heavily underutilized. I think that he should be, like, I know he has his own game series. I think that there should be a Mario game where he's, like, the main antagonist. I really just...
Oh, I agree.
I think that there should be a motorcycle-themed Mario game, and the main villain is Wario.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say about 11 out of scale 1 to 10.
That's valid.
Yeah.
It's a high scoring.
Wario is deserving of it. He is a king.
Wario deserves it. He's been through so
That
much.
is true.
Absolute king. I love
I
Wario.
like it when he goes wah.
I also like it when he goes wah.
Yeah. He's the non-binary king we all deserve.
Hell yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I can get behind that. Greg, how about you take the next one?
The next one the Moana lyric one.
Yeah, baby.
Do they say that you drift too far?
I don't know why. I need to text Bree and be like, why the fuck
You good?
did you just put in Moana lyrics every single episode? Because
I
do
mean, it's
I
a
have a
running
bit of a
joke in
guilty
this season.
confession. I do not know as many Moana songs as I should.
the
Because it is
only
one
one
of the...
the only one I like know more than 3 words of is Shiny because it is such a good song.
It's a good song.
Well, I mostly only know, like, oh god. I do, and I can't remember one of the titles. I know 3 songs. One of them is Shiny and the other one is You're Welcome. And I feel like everyone knows those specific 2 songs. And it's a shame because Moana is like one of the best Disney princess movies out there.
Oh yeah.
And I casually just keep retconning it from my mind.
I know like the first song of the movie. I don't remember what it's called. I just know it kind of well because it was like our final song we did in like chorus of like my 8th grade, and it was annoying after a bit, but it's been ingrained in my brain. I think I'm slowly trying to forget it.
Yeah.
Anyways, actual question. From Script Flipped, what do you think of the DuckTales finale?
Oh boy. Oh man. I have mixed opinions. I'm just gonna come out and say it. This is big spoiler warning to anyone who has not seen that finale. Go watch it. It's an hour long and it's very fun. I love everything except what they did with April, May, and June. I think that by changing April to be Webby, they completely erased April as a character. There is very little connection with Daisy now. I know that at the end they like go with Daisy and Donald, but we don't even see them in the same room together. We didn't get enough time to actually like get to know April and May and June. And I just like it was kind of a cop-out. I also feel like Webby's character arc was wrapped up very poorly. They spent a lot of that season, like just the show in general, building up Webby as a found family character, and then at the end, she turns out to be genetically related to the Duck family. And I think that is poor storytelling. I think that they should have stuck with the found family focus of her, because that really set her apart from the rest of the Duck family, and that really helped kind of make it clear that, you know, family is not just blood.
Yeah. I say that I've not seen a second of the new DuckTales.
Webby turned out to be Scrooge McDuck's daughter.
Oh.
Clone daughter, but daughter nonetheless. She calls him dad now.
Huh.
Also, Scrooge didn't even question that. She showed up, started calling him dad, and he was like, yeah, okay.
He's used to it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was fantastic. I specifically adored the interactions we got between Gizmo Duck and Darkwing. I think that the chemistry they have in 2017 is so good. It's very reminiscent of their original interactions, yet still keeping it updated, you know?
Mhm.
But I think my biggest issue with DuckTales towards the end of the series is that they started making up mysteries that they didn't really have answers to. It was a very like Star Wars, like Rise of the Skywalker, where they just brought up a bunch of questions that didn't actually have answers, and then they had to make it all up at the end.
Yeah. You mentioned Star Wars, and that just... I'm a big Star Wars fan, and I hate the new trilogy. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's rough. It's pretty rough. I loved the first one. I actually have a poster of the first one up on my wall.
The first
Everything
of, like,
after
the new
that.
trilogy?
Yeah.
fair enough.
Everything after that was on fire.
Yeah. When they were like, they brought up the constant question of like who Ray's parents were, and then they were like, they were just people. They don't matter. LMAO.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know. I did not like the new trilogy.
Well, I believe it was like J.J. Abrams or somebody that worked in him said in an interview that the way he writes mysteries and stuff is that he'll make up a random question that he doesn't actually intend to solve. And I think that's very much, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I felt like that's what the end toward of DuckTales is. A bunch of questions that didn't need to be answered, but I guess we answered them. Which is not to be mean to the DuckTales writers. They did very good. That's just how I feel towards the end.
Yeah.
I could honestly go on about this for hours, but I might not want to for the sake of saving you guys time during editing.
I'd appreciate that.
You're just going to have to cut out 5 straight hours of DuckTale analysis.
I'll just be sitting at my
The
desk with
DuckTales
my cup of
episode.
like just my like third cup of coffee, just still listening to you rambling and just like, where does it end? I need to cut it.
It just never fucking ends.
No, it'll go on forever.
I'd say it's an eternal punishment, but honestly, I think I could listen to you talk about DuckTales for 10 hours and not get bored.
That's essentially what's kept me going with Romp and Friends. It's been
DuckTales.
Tales and Darkwing Duck lore that's keeping me alive.
Fair enough. Apollo, do you want to ask the next question?
Sure, I'm gonna try and not get distracted in this podcast episode. Alright, the next question is from Danganronpa Paradise Lost, and Apollo asks, if you could create an alternate chapter of Rompa and Friends, what would you change and why?
Oh. What do you think the parameters to alternate chapter would be? I assume they're asking like a murder mystery, like one of the investigations.
Yeah.
I think if I did that, I would have honestly probably killed off Donald at one point if I did that.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Because I do believe I did not focus too heavily on Mickey and Minnie as like main characters. They did not have, as said several times by the Mad Doctor, they did not have much to do with the actual plot of the story. So I think if I made an alternate chapter, I would include some more epic Mickey lore. I would probably kill off Donald, if only to add into the shock factor of holy crap, it's the Mad Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think most of all, the only alternates I can think of primarily that I haven't like said before, would be changing up the mastermind.
Who would you change it to then?
I know Goofy was puzzling to me. I don't know how this happened, but Goofy was a very popular choice for mastermind theories towards the end specifically. I don't know how it happened, but I don't know. It's a very entertaining theory. But
I hate that, but I also love it.
Yeah.
I think the one character that would have worked best with how I have already set up Romp and Friends would have been Darkwing Duck as the mastermind.
Ooh.
That sounds
Specifically,
pretty cool.
one of his many like alternate selves, either Negaduck or Dark Warrior Duck.
That's going to be cut. Should we move on to the next question?
Yeah,
Or-
otherwise I'll go down a rabbit hole of Darkwing Duck lore again.
Fair enough.
So,
This one is from Muppet Chan, and they ask, "Hi Spade, what are your thoughts on mobile games?"
Mobile games.
Mobile games,
In general?
I guess.
I mean, I play some of them. I feel like every time I get asked this, it's specifically trying to get my opinion on Genshin Impact.
Why
It's funny, I was
specifically
playing that
Genshin?
earlier.
I think that mobile gaming is a perfectly valid form of gameplay. I don't think that it's any lesser than PC or console. And I think that there are several things that could not be translated well on PC, but is translated very well mobily.
I agree. I agree.
And that's honestly all I have to say about that.
Yeah. They didn't specify anything, so I don't want to be like,
Yeah.
what about this hyper-specific mobile game?
Like, are they playing like general mobile games, like the free ones that have tons of ads, or just?
Yeah, there's tons of mobile games out there.
Yeah. There's like
I guess
actual good ones, and then there's bottom-of-the-barrel ones.
Yeah.
I guess if I could like say a mobile game, like 2 mobile games I actually play regularly, it would probably be Identity V. And however, I mostly play that on my PC, admittedly. And King's Raid, which is an RPG style game.
Oh.
I swear I could have heard of that whenever I went through my I need RPGs to play that don't require money to play.
King's Raid, you do not need. I've done one microtransaction in King's Raid, and I've been playing it for like 3 years. You do not need money. You'll just sit there and they're like, "Hi, here's $500 worth of stuff. Just please keep playing your game."
Just love their community or want to keep their community alive.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, that's the case.
I mean, whatever works.
Yeah, if somebody offered me $500 of in-game shit, I'd be like, yes, sir. I'll keep playing the game.
One thing I will say about mobile games, specifically Disney mobile games, is that they routinely suck.
Like what?
I downloaded one by the name of Sorcerer's Arena, and it was just bad. It was just bad. I was drawn in because they showed me an ad of Darkwing Duck fighting next to the Little Mermaid, and I was like, hell yeah,
Wait,
that is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. So I downloaded it, but you have to get characters by like obtaining puzzle pieces and stuff, and it takes like 700 hours to get one character. And at that point, I uninstalled it after a day.
That sounds insufferable.
It was painful. It was just painful.
Yeah, the only Disney mobile game I know of, or like mobile games I know of, it was basically like Candy Crush, but like with their Tsum line, I think that's what they were called. I don't know. And then like this thing my mom played where it was like, basically you were just in charge of the parks, but at the same time there were games that were just Candy Crush, because most mobile games boil down to Candy Crush. Yeah,
most mobile games they're just Candy Crush in various forms. I played both of those games for a little while. I honestly got fairly bored of them. The Tsum one is one of those games that you forget about for 7 years and then you come back to and play it for a week straight.
Yeah. That's just me with most games in general. We should move on.
Yeah.
We've been talking about mobile games for too long.
I love mobile games.
This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
No.
Yeah, this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Guys, if you use the code ROMPANDFRIENDS, you will get one whole $1 worth of stuff. I don't know what Raid Shadow Legends does.
Free champion,
Get a free champion that looks like a World of Warcraft knockoff. Kind of hard to do because World of Warcraft already kind of looks like a knockoff of just an unnamed game.
Yeah.
Kind of look at it like, that doesn't look right.
It's just every
random,
other game.
fantasy species. And so it's hard to make it look like it's original.
It's not hard to make fantasy species look original. It's just that World of Warcraft is bad at it.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's continue before some World of Warcraft fan comes from my neck.
Anyways, going back to Romp and Friends topics.
Yeah.
From Danganronpa Afterlife, is Toodles a killing game participant? I'm gonna assume you mean like for the next one.
Yeah. Toodles is not a killing game participant. Toodles takes on, to the T, the Monami role, where he is a much more friendly mono compared to a monobulb. In fact, he actively and helps with the investigations.
Oh.
So
That's
Toodles is
really
not a participant. He is a kind of a host, kind of forced to be a lackey of Monobulb. I'd say this is spoilers, but anyone who's played the second Danganronpa game would know that this is just kind of what happens.
Hopefully he does not have the same fate as Monami.
Oh, I can't confirm or deny nothing.
That's very
Oh,
good.
you can't. I know you can't. But I can hopefully wish.
Oh yeah, well, wishing only gets you so far.
That
Anyway.
is a quote and a half. That is a quote and a half.
Okay. God, I almost lost where the fuck we're at. Alright, Alright, the next question comes from HopeBagel69, and they ask, any hints on the last two participants?
Could you repeat that?
Any hints on the last two participants?
I think it's actually 3 participants left. It is. I was actually planning on revealing those 3 here. If that is okay.
Oh.
Dude, you have the floor. Go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let me go ahead and reveal them. Nikki, if you want, I can send you some pictures of them to slap up there.
Sure.
Here's the thing. I am not really keeping these guys a secret. I'm not going to do like one of the guessing games because I think literally everyone knows who it is. The last 3 participants are... Oh god, which one did I reveal first? I believed it was... Yeah. The last 3 participants are Gadget Hackrunch, the ultimate Gadgeteer, Huey Duck, the ultimate oldest triplet, and Dewey Duck, the ultimate middleest triplet. And those are the last 3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's a pretty big hint. I think that counts.
Yeah.
But yeah, those 3 have been very entertaining to write. Specifically Huey, I've had a lot of fun returning to him. Interestingly, I still need to redo some of his sprites because I realized I did not give him any where he is not holding his, like when he's angry, I never gave him one when he's not holding his Junior Woodchuck guidebook.
Oh, why did that take me a second?
Well, now that those 3 have been sufficiently revealed halfway through, let's get through the other half. Who just asked the last question?
I did.
Then it's me!
You said it like a fucking Pokemon protagonist.
I sounded like any anime protagonist who was voice acted by anyone from 4Kids Entertainment. That is so hyper-specific, but...
You're right.
That's a talent. And it's not one that you should waste.
Oh, yeah. No, I like using that talent sometimes. It scares people.
Single-handedly, you could revive 4Kids on your own.
Yeah. The next question is from Dayor Smith. I'm sorry if I said that name wrong, if you're listening. But they ask, if you could bring back one character, who would it be? They typed he, but...
Trying to think of how best to say this. I would say Daisy. maybe I'd say Daisy, Jose, and Panchito. I think they'd be a fun trio to bring. It's just the Chapter 3 trio.
Oh, I miss them.
I do too. Writing them is a lot of fun. And I absolutely used those 3 for character development. But I would probably bring back everyone if I had the chance.
Yeah.
That's pretty valid.
Yeah. I think they all... It's... Something I found very interesting is it's incredibly nostalgic for me to look back at them, because, you know, now I'm writing an entirely new cast, and you kind of miss them sometimes. You know, I constantly forget that I'm not writing Mickey and Minnie when I'm writing Felicity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all like different characters with like different personalities too. So like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't even started Three Houses Rompa up again, and yet I'm still... I don't want to kill anybody. I feel bad
It
in
starts and they're
advance.
like, you can leave. We don't want this game anymore, and everyone lives.
I recently finished drawing the first body discovery for season 2,
Oh
and I am...
no!
Jesus,
Oh,
Spade.
Damn.
do we have a problem? Is there an issue with this?
Oh god.
It's just... It's inhuman how quickly you do these things.
I work
And I
fast.
do not mean that in a mean way.
In all seriousness, I work very quickly because I have had a lot of time to practice how to draw. Specifically, I used to get very frustrated over how slow I used to draw, and I intentionally started teaching myself how to draw quickly and how to just get my ideas down.
Oh, wow.
Impressive.
So if you ever want to know how to draw as fast as I do, order now. Just honestly, I know people hate to hear it, you just gotta practice. This was not a question, I just answered a question I made up on my own.
Pads for time.
It pads up for time. Pads up for time in ways that's not involving Darkwing Duck lore.
Exactly. It's okay.
There's a keyboard smash where I could purposely say out loud. Anyways, you should do favorite Studio Ghibli film.
Okay.
I'm just reading it.
Here's actually a really neat fun fact. My middle name is from a Studio Ghibli character. So I am obliged to say my name or Totoro.
Aww.
My middle name is not Totoro.
If it was Totoro, that would be the
It's
most
not
powerful
Totoro.
middle name.
That would be a great
That would be
name.
very powerful, but it is not Totoro.
Name my firstborn child just an absolute slew of anime references, and then I would have failed as a parent. I'm not actually going to do that. I do not want to burden my child with that.
Please don't name your child Naruto Sasuke. I know it's tempting.
I don't want to bring up the past of Naruto Sasuke, my failed joke character from the campaign, but
I don't want you to bring up that past either.
Yeah, Naruto
keep that one
Sasuke
buried.
He's his own story. I'll bring it up
episode of the podcast to him.
No. I'll talk about him in IRS later, maybe. But Naruto Sasuke should say buried.
So yeah, My Neighbor Totoro, favorite Ghibli movie. I do also really enjoy Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle. I think these are all just like the typical, if you ask someone what their favorite Studio Ghibli movie, they're gonna say, I think. I don't have anything
good
interesting.
Movies, so.
They're very good movies, but I don't have anything interesting. I'm not gonna go Pocoroso. Like that's the quirky Studio Ghibli movie that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Studio Ghibli films just have like this kind of like magic to them that just makes them very aesthetically pleasing to watch.
They heavily romanticize just being alive and being a human, and I think that's honestly brilliant of them. It's given them a specific style that not many people can recreate.
Yeah, it's really neat.
I saw an interview with Miyazaki. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was talking about like the reason that there's so many silent moments in Ghibli movies is because he's like, it's this opportunity to breathe and process everything. In most movies, it's just constantly going with very little time to breathe. So I'm doing the exact opposite of that. I'm giving it a lot of time to breathe and for it to like take in, and occasional moments of like things happening. But I could be remembering that like a little bit wrong. It's not his exact words, of course, but it's like that same gist of he has a lot of silent moments, so you can just take in just everything.
He is a brilliant director.
Yeah.
So what is the next question?
All right.
Next question.
The next question is, Jesus, I lost. Okay, I found it. Assist Trophy.Rompa asks, "What's your favorite anime?"
I don't watch anime very often. This sounds shocking because I know I am running a Danganronpa crossover. All the animes I watch are really old. I think my favorite one that probably like helped inspire me to make Rompin' Friends a little bit is Case Closed, which is an anime about a teen turned into a child that solves mysteries.
I know that. Oh my gosh. Oh god, I love that anime. That was my
It is
childhood.
the weird as hell anime. It is all, I believe it's all set within like one summer, and it's been going on for like 17 seasons.
Yeah, I have.
And
Jesus.
every single episode is a murder case, and I'm convinced that the main character is an angel of death or something.
17 seasons?
It's been going on for a very long time. It is still ongoing, and it began in the early 90s.
Oh my god.
I own seasons 1 through 3, but I need to keep watching more.
It's just really good. Oh god.
Super bizarre.
It's bizarre, yeah, because like the first episode is like just basically how the guy got turned into like a kid. It was just a like amusement park guy gets
I wouldn't recommend it for like young audiences. 'Cause aside from the fact that it's violent, it's a lot to take in at once.
Mm-hmm.
unless you're just like me who accidentally started watching it when I was like 7 years old.
Some of us end up doing that.
It was just on the TV back at like my old house or something, and then I'm like, oh, this looks cool because it's animated, and then boom.
Yeah, first episode, guy's head gets cut off. Hooray.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I have the manga, and it's somehow more violent than the actual TV show.
I feel like I might need to read this manga. I don't know how long it is, but
It's
I'll
very
probably
long.
add it.
Dude, it's been going on since the
I mean,
90s.
if it's 17 seasons of anime.
It's so
probably
long.
like-
And a spin-off show. And like several movies.
God, it's like trying to rival One Piece in terms of just how long it can go. God.
I think it's actually longer than One Piece if it's been out since the 90s.
Holy cow!
I'll
One
look into
Piece
that.
has been out.
I'll look into that later. That's completely irrelevant. The great case closed in One Piece battle doesn't have to happen here.
Oh, it's Detective Conan?
Yes.
It has 29 seasons, according to
Okay, yeah.
Google.
Much longer than I remembered.
Holy shit.
Okay, yeah.
season
No,
for each
Detective
year, I
Conan. Detective Conan is like one of the big three in terms of how long it runs, because it's Detective Conan, One Piece, and Pokemon. Pokemon is the longest running anime of all time.
They've been going for ages.
Starting in 96, yeah. Good God, man. Okay, we need to move on from talking about
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna fall down a rabbit hole.
Oh, it's so easy to fall down a rabbit hole regarding that show.
Yeah. There's 26. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Next question. It's from Tofu of Penguin Rompa.
Hi, honey.
They ask how many O's are in Goofy's name.
I'm gonna kill you, honey. I'm not explaining this one. We're just gonna move on.
All right.
All right. Gregg.
Oh, right. My turn.
Yeah.
Who do you find the most difficult to write? I guess in general, from either the first or second.
Oh boy. I mostly pick characters that I'm confident in writing with. So I don't struggle a lot with them most of the time. I think I had the biggest difficulty pinning down Panchito's personality during season 1. And currently I am having moderate difficulty getting Magica's personality across. I think that I have her being very one note, and I need to expand her a little bit more in the scripts. Otherwise, I go out of my way to pick out characters that I'm fairly confident that I can write and can write well.
Mm-hmm.
I see. I see.
I see.
All right. Next question is also from Pave Sty, and she asked, how far did you plan ahead while writing?
Oh, all the way. I have, before I start writing anything, I have at the very least all of the murders down. I have the mastermind down, and I have major plot points down.
Mm-hmm.
I do improv some stuff. There are things that I do kind of make up on my own. Like I have spaces in my script that just says make stuff up. But that's for like characters just hanging out, having conversations, nothing major. If it is a major plot point, if I think it's important for the viewers to know, I will write it down ahead of time. I have all of the murder investigations done. I have all of the major end scenes done. I just think it's helpful to know what is going to come up, and especially in my case, since I do tend to hire like voice actors and everything, I want to know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I will also say that having a script fully completed does wonders. My max that previously when I make up stuff is probably about 50 slides a day. When I finished Romp & Friends 2, season 2's prologue, my max was at 300 slides a day. Also, that is your little hint that the prologue is longer than 300 slides.
Good lord.
Yeah. Wait, how long is it? The answer is much longer than it should be. Yeah, much longer than it should be. Well, it's not important.
We'll just leave it at that.
We'll just leave it at that. It's very big.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and ask the next question. If that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. This one is from, oh god, Kansu Cookie 1050. I don't know why that took me so long to read. How does it feel to have finally finished this Rompa?
Oh man. Bittersweet. On one hand, I've spent about a year working on this thing, so every now and then I'll still be like, oh, I still have this to do for the ending chapter. Wait, no. That's all done.
Mhm.
I'm very excited to continue the story because, quite frankly, I don't view it as I finished the Rampa. I view it as I finished this half. Because there's still, I think a lot of people have noted, there's still a lot of things that I have not answered. Because, there's still a second season coming up. I still have, things to bring up.
Mhm.
So bittersweet because I want a relief to have it done. On the other hand, it's also like, oh my god, it's moving so fast.
Yeah.
Like, didn't I just reveal, like, Goofy was the killer? What happened here?
Oh man, that feels like such a long time ago.
It feels like yesterday to me. And overall, I'm just very excited to continue.
Yeah. I don't know. I like that your story isn't fully completed because it just I don't know. There's something extra, and I don't know. There's just I don't
Well,
know. It's
originally,
hard.
I was going to
Yeah.
answer a lot more things in an epilogue. But I scrapped that because I felt like it added more to the mystery of focusing on the intermissions. It added a little bit extra.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's a lot of questions that are going to get answered in season 2. And even I think season 2 will have some questions that won't get fully answered.
Oh. I like the implications that has.
It's a little implication. It's nothing confirmed. I go on my
Yeah.
server and I see theories. It's nothing confirmed.
Greg.
I guess I can ask the next question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also
Please do.
from Kansu Cookie 1050. Can we see Gyro and Mad Duck Tector fight in an "Oh, you're approaching me" way?
I have pretty much every intention to do a Ultimate Talent Development Program style series of bonuses that feature, the season 1 characters and the season 2 characters interacting. Specifically, the idea that I have is that there's a festival happening in Toontown, and it's the various different characters preparing for the festival in varying ways. So eventually, Mad Doctor and Gyro will interact.
That's swag.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. When that does happen, I don't plan on having a specific upload schedule or anything. It'll just kind of be like whenever I feel like posting them.
The next one is from Madison Edits 1, and they ask, was it hard incorporating characters into the Rompa that have certain changes make to them? Mostly talking about how DuckTales made and changed some character lore.
Yeah, it was. I think, going back to the DuckTales finale, I've already mentioned in Robin Friends that April, May, and June are Daisy's nieces and are April, May, and June. So that part of it's kind of a choice of whether or not you want to retcon or continue on with that. Just completely ignore that aspect of canon, change it up a bit. In that case, I am going to completely ignore that aspect of canon. Not just because I didn't like it, but also because I kind of shot myself in the foot early.
Mhm.
But overall, I think I was able to incorporate it fairly well. I think a lot of people noticed that I managed to just kind of shove in Gyro and Boyd's relationship when at the start of Rompin' Friends we had no idea that happened. It's kind of like a adapt and overcome situation. Now that DuckTales is over, I feel more confident doing that, which means that the Darkwing Duck reboot is going to come up behind me and sucker punch me. I think probably the best case scenario is to assume that I go off of Disney Afternoon or that being said, there's just some characters that I refuse to change. DT17's Fenton is a million times better than the original Fenton, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. From Eric Gardner, they ask, have there been any changes to the killing order in Rompa and Friends 2?
Yes.
Oh.
I changed up some things between chapter 3 and chapter 4. I felt like it was a little out of character. It's still a little bit out of character, but I'm excusing it. A little out of character, and I felt like chapter 4 needed a bigger punch to it. So yeah, there has been some slight changes. Aside from that, everything has been about the same.
Fun.
The last question, I'm pretty sure you answered it in not only the previous episode you were on, but also I'm just pretty sure that you've answered it before elsewhere. They're asking why Monobulb is the host, so I don't know if you want to answer that.
Well, I can answer that way clearer now that the Mad Doctor is revealed. It's totally because it's Gyro. The Mastermind was Gyro. Okay.
So,
Yeah. It's because the Mastermind was the Mad Doctor. I wanted to hint at the fact that it was him a little bit more. Because the Mad Doctor is kind of one of those characters that you can't give drip hints about. You kind of have to open the whole faucet. And he's so specific that it's difficult to go, oh yeah, it might be the Mad Doctor, it might not be. So Monobulb was a way for me to do that. After that, Monobulb's role is kind of just like a homage to the Mad Doctor. You know, he's in season 2, doesn't really relate to the Mastermind that much.
Yeah.
So he is no longer a hint.
He's just an icon.
He's just a mascot.
And we love him for it. Might be a little bit murdery, but that's okay.
Yeah, he's fine. It gives him character.
Yeah.
Cute.
And plus, if there's one thing Danganronpa fans know how to do, it's excuse murder.
You completely ignore it.
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys would like to know? Not from the questions?
Personally,
Apparently.
no. Gregg or Paulo?
No,
I don't think I
of
have any
anything.
questions coming up in my mind.
Yeah.
All right. Well, some things I will say about how season 2 has been coming along. I recently got some voice lines done for the prologue.
Ooh.
Oh.
So someone will speak during the prologue. I hate to say that Mark Beeks got way too much screen time. And I think I am actually out of things to say. If only because everything else is a big ass spoiler.
Fair.
Something that I think this isn't too big of a spoiler. I have some fan favorites. Not fan favorites as in people who have shown up in Rompa and Friends before. I mean like Disney fan favorites showing up sometime soon.
Oh.
Ooh.
The intermission has some new characters, and they are very entertaining to work with.
Hell yes. I don't know what else to say. Oh. Thank you, Spade, for coming on and answering all the questions for a second time.
No problem.
Hopefully
I'm very
this time
excited.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
I just want to say I'm very excited for what's coming next. May 5th is going to be very... it's going to be very hectic, because it's also my mother's birthday, but ignoring that...
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
I asked her beforehand.
Aw.
That's
I asked Mama Spade if it was okay, and she said yes. I'm very excited, and I hope to see you guys there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do you already have a page up for season 2 on Instagram?
I do, in fact. It is Rompin' Friends rerun, exactly that.
Hell yeah. Then I'll link the original season 1 and the page for season 2 down in the description, so people
Okay.
can go ahead and go follow both, or just the sequel if they've already, or season 2 rather, if they've already followed the first season. Yeah. So, just thanks again for coming on. I hope this time was an improvement over last, because
Oh,
we've learned.
you guys were perfectly fine last time.
Well, that
Aw.
means a lot. Thank you, Spade. Anyways, yeah. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening, and bye bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you in your dreams.